All good things must come to an end someday, even Bluey. But have you ever imagined how this beloved series will conclude and what will happen to all the members of the Healer family? As everyone saw, at the end of the episode's surprise, Bluey appears as an adult in that emotional conclusion to Season 3. We see her standing at the doorstep of her parents' house. This episode, number 50 of Season 3, left many fans reflecting on the future of the Healer sisters, including us. What's even more exciting is that in the next scene, we're introduced to a small pup. We're almost certain he is Bluey's son, possibly with Mackenzie or even Jean-Luc. We're still investigating. This pup rings the doorbell to kick off a game of hide-and-seek with his grandfather, the one and only Bandit. During this scene, Chili tells Bluey that Bingo is out in the backyard. This suggests that Bingo still lives with their parents, because she hasn't married yet. However, that doesn't mean she hasn't pursued a promising career. Recalling another important episode, there's a flash forward when the future is referenced that shows Bingo and her childhood best friend, Lila, graduating together. In addition, in a digital photo frame near the front door, we see Bingo in a setting that closely resembles Easter Island, famous for its mysterious giant stone statues. This could imply that the youngest healer is working on an archaeology or exploration project, perfectly aligning with her curiosity and adventurous spirit, not to mention it's the same profession as her father, Bandit. Since childhood, Bingo has shown a greater interest in science, insects, and adventures compared to Bluey, who has always preferred something calmer or, let's say, less tiring. So, we can conclude that the adult versions of Bingo and Bluey will likely take completely different paths, which we'll explore further in this video. Everything will unfold before the series finale of The Little Blue Dog. Without a doubt, we've uncovered several details about the final moments of this show, which has touched so many hearts around the world, and we're about to reveal them all to you. So stick with us to discover more about the world of Bluey. One thing we're certain of is that Bluey's future promises to bring plenty of new pups to the story. In addition to the protagonist's son, the world of this animated series is expanding with endless possibilities, and fans are already speculating about what's next. First of all, there's a chance that Bluey herself will have more pups when she grows up, in addition to the little pup we see at the end of the surprise episode mentioned earlier in this video. Although it's hard to imagine our adventurous pup in this new phase of life, it could be a natural progression in the story. Bingo, on the other hand, might face some challenges in becoming a mother, but we know her determination and creativity could help her overcome any obstacle. Beyond the Healer sisters, we also know that their aunt, Brandy, will give them a new cousin. This possibility was hinted at in the episode The Sign, where it becomes clear that Brandy managed to get pregnant after undergoing treatment. The scene where Chili and Frisky chat at Uncle Radley's wedding also raises suspicions that a new pregnancy might be celebrated. We don't know exactly what the two were discussing, but Chili's reaction of surprise and joy suggests something very special. And the girls' cousins might not stop there. Several couples in Bluey's circle seem destined to start families of their own. For instance, Rusty and Indy, who get along wonderfully when playing family, might end up married with pups in the future. Another fan-favorite couple is Coco and Snickers. Imagine a pup with a long body and pink fur. It would be both hilarious and adorable. Surely, we'll see many new pups before the end of Bluey. And in this sea of cuteness, if you're as excited about it as we are, drop a comment below saying puppies. Cornelius and the terrier's mom are now living together, confirming that they are officially a couple. This change took place after the sale of Winton's father's house. With this, new pups from the same generation as Frisky, Bradley, and Brandy's children are highly likely. Could we see a crossover of cousins and friends growing up together? However, not everything will be happiness in Bluey's universe. If you've watched the episode The Sign, you might have noticed that one of the most striking aspects was the frequent arguments between Trixie and Stripe. These conflicts aren't unique to this episode. There are other moments in the series that indicate problems in their relationship. For instance, in the episode Facey Talk, there's a brief scene where they argue in the bathroom right after Muffin runs in. This kind of situation suggests that the conflicts are recurring. Another clue is when Socks plays with the wedding cake figurines and mimics a fight. This makes us think that the child might be imitating something she sees frequently at home. That said, we can't yet confirm that Trixie and Stripe are married, as Trixie is seen trying to catch Frisky's bouquet, a tradition typically reserved for single guests. This scene also implies that their relationship might still be informal. Perhaps this situation caused some friction, especially because Stripe ends up catching the bouquet, which may have led to a mix of laughter and tension between the couple. Despite the challenges the characters face, it's important to remember that Bluey always delivers a positive message in the end, and there's still more to explore. From the beginning of the series, the cycle of life has been a recurring theme. In the episode Baby Race, we see Bluey's early moments as a baby, learning to walk and discovering the world. Shortly after, little Bingo arrived when Bluey was just 2 years old. While we don't yet have an episode showcasing this special moment, there are photos in the Healer family home that show what Bingo looked like as a baby, always accompanied by her inseparable doll, Floppy. The sisters have always been very close, but inevitably, the time will come for them to take separate paths. In the episode Surprise, we get a glimpse of this future. Bluey, as an adult, chooses a more peaceful life in the town where she grew up. It seems she got married, had children, and likely works as a teacher or children's book author, professions that match her caring and creative personality. Meanwhile, Bingo leads a life full of travels and discoveries. exploring the world and diving into scientific studies and adventures. She seems to have inherited Bandit's explorer spirit, while Bluey opted for a more calm and homey lifestyle. In the end, no matter how different their paths might seem, the future of these sisters will always be intertwined. Their family bond remains a cornerstone of their lives. If you've made it this far, it's clear that you love the world of Bluey, so it makes perfect sense to hit that subscribe button right now, doesn't it? When it comes to Bingo, we clearly see her dream of becoming a mother from an early age. This is especially evident in the episode Surprise, where the youngest healer plays pretend as a mom. During this game, she expresses her desire to have many children and even names her imaginary pups. Her choices are incredibly creative: Copernicus, the eldest, followed by Joselito, Cynthia, and Fabiolo. Interestingly, Fabiolo represents children born with disabilities, a touching detail that many viewers may not have noticed. Bingo's nurturing demeanor when pretending to be a mom is very reminiscent of her Aunt Brandy. In the episode Onesies, Lee mentions that Bingo shares similarities with Brandy. At first, it seems she is referring only to physical traits, but it's possible this also includes a deep desire to become a mother, a characteristic that might be hereditary. On the other hand, there's a possibility that Bingo might face challenges similar to Brandy's in fulfilling her dream of having children. As we know, Brandy had a long journey before she could conceive, but the episode The Sign confirms that she eventually succeeded. These narratives demonstrate that, despite challenges, the future of the Healer family and their friends is filled with emotional moments and valuable lessons. One of the most exciting aspects of Bluey's universe is imagining how today's pups might become tomorrow's adults, paving the way for a new generation of characters to win our hearts. As we've already discussed, Bluey will likely bring plenty of surprises when she grows up and becomes a mom. While we still don't know her pup's name, he is sure to play a pivotal role in future flashbacks that explore the Healer family's future. Imagine this: besides Bluey's pup, her friends Chloe and Honey might also become moms and have pups of their own. If Bluey does become a teacher, as speculated, she might even teach her friends' children. How heartwarming would it be to see Bluey passing on what she learned during her childhood to the next generation? And let's not forget Muffin and Socks. These two, who are now adorable troublemakers, could grow up, meet their partners, perhaps get married, and start families of their own. It would be fascinating to see who their partners are and what careers they choose as adults. Of course, we can't leave out Rusty and Indy. They also have great potential to start their own families, bringing pups into the mix who will be part of the next generation of the show. These pups would reflect the adventures we've come to love, keeping Bluey's essence alive for many more years. As time passes, it's inevitable that the cycle will renew itself. It will be fascinating to see how each character's life unfolds, whether through starting families or pursuing unique careers. For instance, imagine what the future holds for Bingo and Bluey. Even Rusty is one to watch, as he has significant potential to become a professional cricket player. Can you picture him shining on the field? And this is just the beginning. Much more will be revealed in future seasons of Bluey, bringing new stories and perhaps even answers to some of the questions that keep us so curious. If you're a fan of animated shows and movies, don't miss the 2 videos appearing on your screen now. Both were carefully selected just for you. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.